noticed that UK media, so-called experts, deranges, Karens, haters, trolls, they like, saying that they know Meghan. Oh, she's fake, she's inauthentic, she's this, she's that. They claim to know her way better than she knows herself. Yet, stay with me. But here's the thing. The people who speak really highly of Duchess Meghan are the people who've worked with her, people close to her. They always have nice things to say. But you have people who barely know her, barely have never interacted with her, claim that they know her so well, more than she knows herself. And it's just pretty hypocritical to me. So the Duchess Meghan's with love, Meghan director and crew praise her as an excellent boss. The Rangers are going to be so upset. UK media tabloids are going to be upset because for a very long time, they've always painted this narrative of this perception that Meghan is a bully, Meghan is a terrible human being. But you have every single person in Meghan's circle who's worked with Meghan, who knows Meghan, say that she is an incredible person. She has a big heart. She's loving. She's kind. And now we have, with love, Meghan director and crew praise her as an excellent. Did you hear that? Excellent boss. The hate campaign against Duchess of Sussex and a Netflix show with love, Meghan did not work. And guess what? A second season of With Love, Meghan has already been ordered and filmed, and Netflix is looking very smart for coming on as Meghan's partner in her As Ever line. Yes, her As Ever line. She rebranded her lifestyle brand from American Riviera Orchard to As Ever Meghan. She also updated some of the products that are going to be launched, and actually the As Ever brand is launching this spring, so it can be any minute now. With Love, Meghan is a hit show across dozens of countries, and Meghan is probably going to single-handedly bring back my favorite kind of cooking show, the kind where a woman in a lovely kitchen cooks good food and there are no bells or judges or fanatic competitions. Well, the hit campaign will eventually find another thing, and if past is prologue, I think we all know what the next thing will be. Sure, With Love, Meghan is a hit, but Meghan's probably bullied the crew. Someone is going to say that their cousin's neighbor hairstyle had a rumor that Meghan hissed at a crew member. I think thankfully this cycle has been happening for so long. Meghan knows how to head it off. She just heads it off. Behold a People magazine exclusive about how the With Love Meghan crew loves Meghan, and she was a great boss who shared food with everyone. So this is from People. I'm going to read an article from People magazine, and director Michael Seed said, Michael Seed, who previously worked on the Emmy-winning series Anthony Bourdain, Parts Unknown, tells People of his role on the show. It was unexpected, but I embraced it. It was a lot of fun. I was always going to be the point of conversation, so she had someone to talk to all the times and make it more conversational and comfortable. But it certainly evolved to where the cameras turned towards me. Her cooking is pretty spot on. She is not a chef, and it's definitely not meant to make it seem like she is, but there's just a love of cooking that is palpable. This is what I keep saying. From her show, you can just tell this is someone who enjoys cooking, who loves cooking. And she just does things effortlessly. If she did not know how to cook, she could not craft meals in less than 5 minutes. She just does and, here's the meal. Steed liked that everything wasn't perfect. And while everything may have looked flawless on screen, Steed says that the team wasn't aiming for perfection. For me, perfection is a wonderful thing. It was fun watching her trying to get used to the kitchen because it's not her place, so we didn't hide the fact, and she's kind of walking and looking for things. I really wanted to embrace and celebrate all of the mistakes and mess and all of that good stuff. When it came to Meghan's presence on set, Sid describes her as friendly and approachable, creating a comfortable environment for everyone involved. Meghan is a person is totally LA, California through and through, he says. Meghan was tight with the crew, Sid says. Her relationship with the crew became really tight fairly quickly. She has an understanding of what it means to be on set, and she connected with the crew more than anyone. Despite the high pressure of shooting, Steve notes that the atmosphere was still chill and fun. Everyone was a pro all the way through. All the way through, she's a pro. He says, in between scenes, Meghan would often play music, but Sid's job was to keep things, moving along. I was always the one who had to turn the music off. That as my role to keep everything on track. She'd call me the Brooklyn Bummer. He says with a laugh, everyone has their own version of her, but she's just someone who's constantly hustling and working. I really wanted to create an environment where she could relax, especially given the pressure she faces daily. I'm glad we could create moments where she could tap into a different side of herself. I like that they gave her that environment, that space to just be her authentic self, do her own thing. If it's music, but I mean, at the end of the day, we have to also keep work going. And I love that. And I realized that Meghan is such a wonderful person. I've known for a very long time, but she kept offering the crew food. And there's a point she even said, now people magazines interview that they ran out of spoons because you have to feed a crew of 80 people. Look at so many shows about cooking. You rarely see these celebrities offer anyone even a cup of water. It's just they get direct to filming. And I knew Meghan has a big heart because she kept offering people food, making food, asking them to taste, and they also enjoyed the food. Some even took the food home, and I knew she has a big heart. Stayed on the key to Meghan. I know it sounds corny, but I really think the core of Meghan's being is her generosity. She wants to do the extra thing. I think that's something everyone should take to heart. She's very generous. She shared the food with the crew on set. When she went to Drew Barrymore's show, Archie, Lilibet baked cookies for everyone in the audience. That speaks volume of how big her heart is. A crew member on the Vibe said, most of the time we were expected to fade into the background to be invisible. A crew member tells people about the collaborative atmosphere on set. But in this show, we were part of it. We were included. It was a very unique and refreshing experience. He adds that Meghan was incredibly warm, approachable, and genuine. She made sure everyone felt included, from Netflix executives to our director to every PA on set. No one was left out. During a break in filming, Meghan asked everyone about their favorite cocktails. I shared that I gave up drinking when I became a father, so I've been sober for almost 14 years. The crew member says, days later, while adjusting her microphone, Meghan surprised him when she mentioned how much she respected the commitment he'd made to his family. Meghan made us feel seen. He shares, if you look at so many filming stories, I mean, even movies behind, during the sets or behind the scenes, you'll hear people say how hard it is to work with some celebrities, some actresses, some actors. They're difficult to work with, or they're not, they're just in the background. But you see, Meghan made sure everyone was included, and that's remarkable. And this, I'm sure it made them feel super, super special as well. And I like the fact that she remembered, there's a crew of 80 people, and she remembered this particular, crew member, and she remembered that he actually stopped drinking, and she applauded her for that choice, and choosing her family, putting her family first. Each week, Meghan did something thoughtful for the crew, whether it was a coffee cut in the morning, or there was one day where the forecast called for it to be particularly hot, and she had a shaved ice truck for us at lunch. He says, one day she had a bespoke ice cream cart with local homemade ice cream. She had an acai truck for us too. Every week, she did something like that for us. It was really lovely. Everyone got a taste. He knows that Meghan was also open to learning throughout the process. She didn't seem too married to any one idea. If something didn't go perfectly, she was fine with it and moved on to the next thing. He says the crew member recalls that Meghan always made sure everyone got a taste of what was made. She was a great hostess. Between takes, if something was ready to eat, she'd cut it into bite-sized pieces and serve it to us. At the end of filming, Meghan gave the crew a wrap gift. She gave us a pan from our place, a saute fry style fry pan, and a personally monogrammed spoon with a handwriting that says, "Thank you, crew." This is so sweet. When I'm reading this and I'm getting emotional. And it sucks that she gets so much hate when she's genuinely a good person. And I love people are saying that, people are coming forward to attest to the fact that she has a big heart. Meghan family visit. He also reflects on the visits from Prince Harry, Archie, and Lilibet. Whenever they say she's mean, Look, so much praise from the crew. There's a crew of 80 people, not one. You've not had, say, oh, she was like this. They're all speaking praises of her, how she's such an excellent, remarkable boss. That's what I'm telling you. Some people just make up stories to hate on her because they figured hating on her is a $1 billion industry. So they just keep hating and hating and hating. But you have people who are also actually, genuine and fond of her and appreciate her presence and make her feel seen and make her, just be herself. They let her do her thing and they're super supportive of that. And that is something we should strive to see more often. Instead of just spewing nonsense, spewing lies, spewing hate, and this is a smear campaign towards her. I love that she has people, and this is a safe space because everyone is speaking highly of her, and this made me emotional. You rarely see that. It's just once in a blue moon. If it was any other, she'd be like, oh, Meghan was mean. She told me to wash plates, this and this. But look, ever since the show premiered, we've not seen anything negative from the crew, and here they are speaking highly of her. And I know they didn't have to, but they let us know she's such an independent, amazing, sweet, kind-hearted, excellent boss, and it's all that matters. So people also had quotes from Roy Choi, Alice Waters, and Daniel Martin, all of whom were guests on the show, and all of them had lovely things to say about Meghan. Choi was especially happy that Meghan was showcasing what it means to be an Angelino and how the mesh of cultures in LA were formative for Meghan. It's great that the on-camera talent praised Meghan, but it feels more notable that the director and crew members are speaking out and getting ahead of the inevitable. Meghan is a mean boss storyline, which is absolutely coming. I can't believe People magazine didn't find a crew member who felt bullied and ended up crying in one of Meghan's 11 billion bathrooms. Meghan looked at me near Archie's chicken and I felt harassed. Yeah, some of the tabloids, just wait, you'll see them coming out pretty soon. Pretty soon. So here's some of the comments. Blogger says, but she's just someone who's constantly hustling and working. I love it. Also good to see the Bourdain connection with Steed. Vietnam next. As for interacting with the crew, there are only 2 other TV chefs whom I could remember that involved their camera crew in some way in each episode. One is Rick Stein, but I think the banter between him and the crew was a bit bland. They couldn't have adventurous taste buds, and Rick would complain he'd produced this magnificent French dish and the crew only wanted fish and chips. The other was late Keith Floyd. His banter with his crew member Clive, real name Paul, was magnifique, always memorable. Meghan has form. She looks after people who work with her, and they are not afraid to say their names. You always hear unnamed sources coming forward spewing hate towards Meghan, but we never know their names. But these are people with actual names who've come forward to speak highly of her, and that's all that matters. And I'm so happy that people are speaking nice of her. We've known she's an amazing person, she's wonderful, and that's all that matters. And her show is thriving, and everything is just, she keeps thriving and thriving, and most importantly, she's happy. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. That's it from me. I'm Miraj. Remember to subscribe, to like, to share, and I will see you in my next video with more exclusive news and updates. Bye.